Hey ladies and gents, we are back looking at the Yak-3RD, the Tier 7 premium Soviet light fighter. The Russians in 1944 decided that they wanted to, let's do something. And of course, this is the time when everybody was starting to experiment with either rockets or jet engines, using them on propeller aircraft. There's, the Americans and whatnot. So what they did was they took the Yak-3 frame and they added a Glushko liquid-fueled rocket to the rear end. You can see the outlet on the backside of the plane here. What did this do for the aircraft? Some pretty amazing performance. They got up to almost 500 miles an hour. 486 is what they clocked this aircraft at. And unfortunately, in 1945, August, I think 26th, it crashed, killing the test pilot. But at that time, everybody was already looking going toward the jet side of it, so it was never really pushed beyond that one single prototype. It carried one 23mm hub-mounted cannon with 60 rounds. So quite an aircraft when you think about it. Whether or not it would actually had anything to do with, help winning the war or not, if they would have continued with the production of it, who's to know? What do we get in game? We kind of get a weird little aircraft that's, we get one that's got extreme maneuverability, but then you add in that little bit of rocket boost that really makes the plane kind of snap. With a rate of climb of 147, it's better than the P-51 at this tier and the Bf-109 at this tier. So yeah, you get something with a better climb than those high altitude aircraft. It doesn't quite have the altitude of those planes, but it gets there in a hurry. Plus, you have the maneuverability better than a Spitfire, and equal or better than the Japanese maneuverability-wise. Very interesting aircraft when you look at it that way. Why isn't this thing super OP? Well, it's got one 23mm cannon, which is not a bad cannon. Don't get me wrong, but there is only one of them. Got a great range on it, fairly accurate, hits nice, but there is only one. So once again, pick your targets. It's a light fighter. Try to stay away from high HP GAs, bombers and that kind of stuff, because it's just, it takes a little while to whittle those guys down. However, light fighters, multi-roles, and even heavy fighters, it does a pretty nice job. Because it's interesting with that little bit of a boost on this aircraft, how quickly you can gain on a heavy fighter, as long as it's in its range. With a maximum ceiling of 3,500 meters. It's pretty interesting. So I'm going to bring up the gameplay for you guys to check out the Yak-3RD. I don't know if it's on for sale or not. I just decided to play last night. I'm like, I don't think I've ever did a review of this plane, and I actually like this plane. So I mean, it's kind of a gimmicky plane. Similar like to the Goblin. It's not a carry plane. It's not a meta plane. It's not any of that kind of stuff. It's just a fun aircraft to fly when you can outmaneuver most things, and then you can surprise some people with the amazingly ridiculous boost or the rate of climb that this plane has. So I'm going to bring up some gameplay for you guys to check out. Hey ladies and gents, we're back with the first replay for the Yak-3RD. Like I said, I played it, when I bought it quite a while ago, I guess. Played it quite a bit. Enjoyed the hell out of it. But it's one of those, like I said, it's not a meta plane. It's not something that you're going to be able to dominate. Except for in key areas. This is a light fighter, so it does well in the role of, defending a position, all that kind of stuff. You can see here, running with just a little bit of boost, how quickly you can gain, altitude with this. As well as keep up your speed if you have to. I mean, that's one of the things about light fighters. They are slower than, say, the heavy or the energy fighters. But with the extra little bit of boost from its rocket engine, it makes it up pretty quickly here. So I'm dropping off right away here, pulling in on the center objective. I would really like to get this up and running here so we can grab this airfield. More about, of course, strategic, I guess, because you want to keep the center spawn. I do have a human pilot here as well on my team, and he is picking up the command center to the south. So I need to get this done in a hurry here. Let's get the tornado knocked out here quickly. Nice thing about the 23 millimeters, since there is only one, it does not heat up real quick. So it can do, you can lay on the trigger for quite a while, like I do, as I normally do. Let's see if we can pick up this F4U quick. There we go. Now we got one more lined up right here. We need one more death. Come on. Yes, round we go. Let's finish him off. All right, there we go. We picked up the airbase. They're still working on the command center. That's fine. Yeah, now we got the second command center here. And we are going to start boosting toward the P-38J here. You can see, yeah, how quick this thing is in a climb. Still gaining, not only altitude but speed. Yeah, we're not going to get into that foray up there. So we're going to drop down here on the P-51D, which for the most part is a faster airplane, better altitude performance than I do. However, once I start using the boost on this thing, there's not a lot of things he can do to get away from me before I can kill him, especially with that 800 meters of range on this cannon here. So where'd he go? Come on, there we go. I don't think we're going to worry about him. I think he looks like he took off here. Let's see if we can pick up the Spitfire. Slowly working our way through him. Oh, and there's not much I fear, other than maybe a heavy fighter swooping down on me. But for the most part, with the maneuverability of this plane, as you can see, literally turns on the dime. And then you throw in the fact that this thing can boost and gain altitude and speed rather quickly. So there's the P-38. He's going the other direction. All right, let's see if we can pepper him a little ways here. Oh, so I said with that long range cannon, the 23 does hit pretty decent. All right, so we're still up 3-1 right now. We got bombers inbound. I also got bombers inbound to this aircraft, or to this airfield here. Let's see if we can pick up tornado. There we go. Picked up the other tornado here. Let's see if we can pummel him down a little bit. Hopefully going to try to knock out some of these guys as they bomb. That often helps. So 3-1 right now. And this is what this plane does real well. Defending a sector that's relatively important, which is this one here. We lose the XP-75. It's alright, I'm coming. I'm just boosting up here, no problem. 1,700 meters. Yeah, let's see if we can finish him off. Yeah. Like I said, it doesn't have a whole lot of competition against, other light fighters that's going to outturn it. You throw in the fact that it can boost as well as it does. Even these energy fighters like this P-51 right here, he's going to have to be playing quite the game and not make any mistakes with this fighter, because it just doesn't, if you got boost ready at all times, or save boost as much as you possibly can, there's not even a lot of those energy fighters can do, except for maybe possibly completely, they just have a better altitude than you do, at least altitude limit. However, if they're caught down low, there's just not much they can do. They can't just point their nose and run away from this thing, because it catches them rather quickly here. So we're up 4-0. We got bombers inbound here, and like I said, this is kind of its game. It loves the. This is one of the planes, if you don't have to fly a lot, point defense, right? It does a great job of keeping red baddies dead. So they finally picked up the garrison on the south there. We got bombers inbound to that. We got bombers here still yet, which is all right. I'm not even going to attempt with the bombers. I'll make a pass at them here, but like I said, with the amount of HP that they have, it's just not something that this plane is up to task easily. Not that you can't shoot them down. Of course you can shoot them down. However, you're going to lose a lot of HP before you actually get anything killed. There's Mr. P-51D again. We'll just keep pummeling him with the old 23 here, finish him off. I mean, yeah, it is a single 23, but with the range of it and all that kind of stuff, it definitely makes up for it here. So now they picked up 3-2 to us. However, we are up quite a bit on 435, 180, and we're going to head south here and see if we can pick up this garrison here. Now I'm kind of forced to leave here. However, I do have three inbound planes, and this is not going to be good for old Zem. F4U1, no. Around we go. Unfortunately, I lost my engine as well. He'd be dead otherwise. We're going to finish him off here shortly. Unfortunately, I do have a bunch of red baddies inbound. There's one above me, and there's actually two in front of me, three behind me. And this isn't going to go well. So let's see if we can wiggle our way out of this left and right. See if we can pick him up going through Spitfire. This one doesn't seem to be... Oh, never mind. F4. I'm sorry, the Focke-Wulf 190D. It's alright. Squall line's up in 40 seconds. I'll be coming back in pretty handily. And I'll be spawning here somewhere. They've taken the lead 3-2 still. So they're gaining on us a little bit by little. 501, 279. We need to come back in here and take an objective. Hopefully to the south. But I'm going to come back in here and see if I can clean out the center here quick. And then proceed to try to pick up one of these other objectives here. It looks like they might be getting the north one as well. Stall warning. That's alright. We got it. Down we go. It's a nice long game. Haven't had one of these in a while. Usually these things go to shit pretty quick here. We'll pick up Fritz here. Show us a little. I'm on Fritz. Ooh. There we go. We've picked up the Focke-Wulf, and we have still a 2-3 game here. So I need to pick up an objective. We're going to head off to the south there because we got 3 planes to the other objective here to the south. So it looks like they probably don't need no help. And we also have a bomber flight headed to that objective. So even if I can get a couple of them knocked off, and that's about the time I'm like, shit. I run into the BF-109Z. Of course. So this is not a fight I cannot win. I can turn fast enough to put up a couple shells at him, but I'm not going to pursue him. And he sure the hell is going to be pursuing me here. So we're going to see here is I'm going to start boosting because I need to get low. And I need to get low, and I need to start using my train. So now they're up 4-1. We're going to drop down in here. We're going to play some little bit of hide and seek here next to this mountain. He doesn't have a choice now. If you don't realize what I'm talking about here, there we go. He got him a little bit closer here. However, I don't have enough boost to keep up with him. However, my guns are adequate enough to take off a little bit of his health. When you're in a situation where you're in a light fighter against a heavy fighter, altitude is not your friend. You need to get low, and you need to get into some cover. Typically like these mountain ranges right now. He's right on my tail, as you can see. Alright, so we're backed up to 2-3 here. Oh, there's 3-2. And I finally picked up the objective that I wanted to pick up before I got jumped by the BF-49Z. There we go. Now he's made his pass. Now I'm going to come back around here and see if I can pepper him a little bit more. Might take a while here, but I'll eventually get him here. He's running out on me. But we're going to stay here. I'm not going to pursue him. We're going to stay next to this mountain because the mountain is my friend. He's a big mountain. However, there is the other heavy fighter that's on my team, and we're going to dip, dive, duck, dodge. Yeah, of course he does. He gets a little bit of me, but that's all right. We're going to pull back around. There we go. XP-75 gets him in here. We are a 4-1. Hopefully to finish this off here. Pretty easy fight. And I think that's pretty much all I get because I think there's only a few aircraft left in the Reds, and they're over quite a ways. So like I said, with the aircraft in itself, I mean, highly maneuverable. That rocket-powered short burst of speed can sure make a difference, especially if you're moving from one objective to another, and if you have the boost and the boost consumable, you can usually make it pretty quickly if you feather your boost out. That's, like I said, one of the difference between this and other light fighters is it does have the ability to move around the battlefield relatively quickly, and the same way with catching. So I got one more game for you guys to check out. Yeah, the Yak-3RD. Hey ladies and gents, back with the last game in the Yak-3RD. Like I said, I like the plane. It's kind of a little bit of a gimmicky plane. I mean, it's with the boost and the propeller and the maneuverability and all that stuff. You know, here I'm boosting right away. I'm trying to get to the airfield as quick as I can. That little bit of boost makes a huge difference. And you'll see in this game where I can boost in after heavies and all that kind of stuff. Just still doesn't have quite the altitude. And of course that 30mm, which is, besides being a great gun, or the 23mm being a great gun, it's not, it sometimes takes a little while to knock down targets, just be honest. I mean, if it had two 23s, it would be really, really good. But being that it's only one, it kind of suffers a little bit from taking out targets sometimes. And that's kind of one of its only big downfalls. The actual plane is... aerodynamically is great. Great maneuverability. Got that quick burst of speed that it can put out. That kind of thing. And here I'm picking on the P-40s as much as possible. As much as I like to take out the heavies, it just takes a little bit quicker taking out the P-40s. Smaller HP pot, of course, right? Alright, let's see if we can pick this guy up quick. There we go. We've picked up the airbase here, and now we got 2 red baddies here. Let's see if we can pick up these guys and knock these guys out quick. There's an F4U. Ooh, and Maddox. We can catch him here. He's not really, like I said, I don't have a problem in this thing. If you're going to try to catch something, you always get your boost. Even if it's a little bit faster than you are, you can pick it up relatively quick. But by course, just applying just a little bit of boost, and then you're right in on their tail, and away you go here. So, heavy fighter up. He's leaving here. Let's see if we can go over here and see if we can knock out some of this. And of course, about that time is when I realized, he actually turned away and he's coming behind me. And he is an ME410. You do have a little bit, with the maneuverability, of course, you lose the engine. There is that. And there, I'm going to try to put some shells into him before I get... And this is where I kind of make a mistake here. He pulls away from me. And I'm with no engine, because you do lose your engine a lot in this aircraft. Now I'm going to have to try to make it to out of the way, because he's flipped. It's too late. I can't do anything about it here. Now, I should have just kept on going, but I got, you know what, fuck you, buddy, for shooting at me. And, of course, the tail gunner's right there to get me. One of those mistakes is like, and I thought about it, too, and as soon as I turn, I'm like, shit, I'm probably going to get tail gunned, aren't I? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But sometimes your emotions overrule logic, right? Alright, that's no problem. We're up 2-1 right now, and we got the mining plant. We're going to drop down in here. And there he is. There's my little buddy in the heavy fighter. And now I'm full health. Down we go. Alright, let's get on his tail here. We're going to fuck him up a little bit here, once again with that long. And I'm boosting. You can see here, even in an ME410, I have no problem catching him by applying just a little bit of boost, and then right in on his tail. And that's kind of one of the weird things about being a light fighter. You normally can't do that. You know, a heavy fighter takes off like that on you. You really don't have much of a chance to catch him. This thing, however, with that 650 pounds of boost that he gets from the rocket engine, it has no problem to turn and then actually catch some of these fighters. And I'm not talking about, you know, the 8s. Well, you probably, yeah, except for like the ME262, you're just no way if they're under boost, you're going to get away. But anything with a propeller on it, typically you have no problem staying with them here. So we're going to pick up the F4U here one more time. It's already been shot down once too many times. Come on, there we go. Finish him off here. Now we're going to try to get over here to the mining facility here and try to knock out some planes. Try to get this back rolling the other direction. There's already 3 there, however they have two GAs. We're going to boost, keep that speed up. Waiting for my consumable to reload, and then I'll have, yeah, more boost. So we're going to drop down here on Roger. We're going to make just a pass on him here, get a couple, you know, hits on him, and then we're out of here. We're going to back over on this JU-88. Yeah, we're not going to get into too much of a squabble with these guys. Him, not so much. We're going to drop in the JU-88. Yeah, there we go. He doesn't have the tail gunner. I didn't get a shot in on an ME262, or not the ME262, the 3. There we go. On the 265, I'm sorry. Here, we'll put some of the shots into Roger here quick, and we're not going to stay very long on his tail because we're going to get wasted. That's one of the, like I said, with the this being a light fighter, it doesn't quite have the staying power. Sometimes you'll notice that even when you are having to deal with the AA, a lot of times will wreck your ass here. However, we got Chatwin here and F4U. These guys are like no problem dealing with. Maneuverability-wise, speed-wise, I'm going to catch them no matter what. If I can hit them today, maybe today. He got his gunner or his pilot all fucked up, and that's all right. Pulls out just perfect here because he's dropped in on the this objective. There's one. Now we're going to start picking up this other one as quick as possible. Ooh, there goes that heavy fighter here. That's the F7, I do believe. Yeah, we're going to try to wiggle out of this deal here. There we go. He's after my heavy fighter here, so let's see if we can give him a little bit of assistance. Yeah, there he is. We're going to catch him here. They've nailed the ME410. However, I have the F7F right ahead of me, There we go. We finish them off. Turn the objective back a little bit. We're down 3-1 right now. There's an P-38F. Yes, we're going to try to pick up the P-40s though. Just a quicker or just a smaller HP pool, and I need 2 kills to finish this off. Oh, come on, there we go. P-40. Quit being so difficult. I'm just like, this is just one. I'm not even having to worry about 2 different caliber guns, and yeah, and I'm having a fuck of a time. It's kind of like tanking. It's kind of like RNG in tanks, right? You get some days you can hit everything, and the next day not so much. Still trying to. I need this kill. Come on. And I get rammed by. I'm not sure. That's all right. We picked up the objective. I needed this objective here. Let's get down here. The engine is damaged. We got 9 HP left. Kind of figured I was going to get dead by the Typhoon. But hey, it is what it is. Squall line is up right now. It was either that or I have to go repair it to the airfields. So it would end up either way. So, back into the fight we come. We almost got the mining facility back, I hope. The other one's still long from getting taken, I think. Too many fighters running in there. Alright, here we go. We're back in here. That's about the time I see, 3 red baddies everywhere. And this is where, really honestly, this thing really shines, is in these fights where the multiple targets, where it's not having to do a whole lot of traveling here. We're going to pick up the Typhoon quick. There we go. Finish him off. Squall line's up. So there's 1 human pilot out of the fight. Got 2 more multi-rolls straight ahead. I'm going to boost over here and catch them as quick as we can. There we go. And I just absolutely love the range on these, on this 23. You know, you're starting to hit it easily, pretty consistently at 500 and below. Even at, but even like I said, even at 800 and stuff, you can start peppering them pretty easily. There we go. Pick it up, and we're back to over here to the mining facility. Whether or not you ever get a chance to buy it, I'm sure it always comes on sale once in a while. But like I said, it's a little bit of a gimmick, you know, jet engine with a propeller, and you know, you're even just boosting here, pushing up 760 kilometers an hour, try to get over here. But with that 123 millimeters, it does, like I said, does lack a little bit on the firepower. If you can, of course, you're a better shot than I am, you're probably not going to notice. There we go. Pick up the Ju-88P. We got 1 more baddie here to take care of. Let's see if we can flip this back. There we go. And we got 2 bombers way up. So with the time left here, I don't think I'm going to get back here, but we're going to see if we can boost and maybe get some shots on a few of these baddies. I still got 47 seconds before my consumable, so we're just going to have to get up here as high. There we go. Get a little bit more. Come on, Dolph. Oh, he's just out of range. I don't think we're going to get any more out of him, but nice to not flip 1 more objective. But hey, that's all right here. We're at 3-1 right now, and it hasn't been much of a game. Mostly me flying around and getting shot. There we go. Pick up the B-17G. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good day.